Hello 8th class, hope all of you are fine. Students, today I am going to start our new topic, chapter Union Legislature. Union Legislature, it means the law making body at the central level. The main law making body at the central level. In this chapter, we will discuss about it. Which is the law-making body of India at the central level and what are its various functions. Firstly, we said that India is a parliamentary democracy. India is a parliamentary democracy. Democracy means the government is elected by the people. We elected the government through the election, through the voting system. That is called a democracy. Parliamentary means the law-making body. At the central level, Parliament is the law-making body of India, and at the state level, all the states have their own state legislatures. The states have their own state legislature assemblies at the state level. In this chapter, we will read about the parliament. Now, if we talk about the head of the state, so who is the head of the state? Here, state refers to the country, India. So, head of the state is president. Who is the nominal head? President is the nominal head. Why he is called the nominal head? Because he discharges his duties. He performs his duties on the advice of the Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. तो जो प्रेसिडेंट है वो अपनी जो उसके पास पावर्स हैं, जो भी ड्यूटीज हैं, उसको परफॉर्म करेगा on the advice of Prime Minister and the Council of Ministers. So that's why President is the nominal head of the state. Head of the government is the Prime Minister. Head of the government is the Prime Minister and he is the real head because mainly all the powers are in the hand of the Prime Minister. Now there are the three organs of our government. Our government is made up of three organs, whether at the state level, whether at the central level. There are the three organs. First is the legislature, second is the executive, and third is the judiciary. Legislature, the work of legislature is to formulate law, to prepare the law, to make the law. That is the work of the legislature. And in legislature is comprised of Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and the President. All these three bodies formulates the law. When Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha formulate the law, make the law, then they send it to the President for its signature. And after the sign of the President, it becomes law. So these three bodies consist in the legislature which formulates the law. Second is the executive. Executive in which our ministers form the executive body. Executive work is to implement law, to work on the law which are framed by the legislature. To work on that one laws is the work of the executive, and the executive consists of the Prime Minister, Council of Ministers, President, and the Vice President. Third organ is the judiciary. Judiciary interprets the law, says the law, who define the law, describe the law clearly to the citizens. That is the judiciary. At the central level, we have one Supreme Court. And at the state level, we have the High Court. At the district level, we have the various subordinate courts. But at the central level, we have one Supreme Court which is located at Delhi. In this chapter, we read about the legislature and executive and judiciary are the next chapters of your syllabus. So in this way, here I talk about India is a parliamentary democracy. Parliamentary means law-making body. Democracy means the government is elected by the people. Head of the state is president, who is a nominal head. Head of the government is the prime minister, who is the real head. There are the three organs of the government: legislature, executive, and judiciary. Legislature formulate law. Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, and the president make the legislature. Executive implement law. Prime Minister, Council of Minister, President, Vice President form the executive, and judiciary interprets the law. At the central level, we have the Supreme Court. Next is a division of powers. How the powers are divided between the central and the state. So central have their own power, state have their own power. How the powers are divided? The powers are divided between them in 3 lists. There are 3 lists provided by our constitution in which powers are divided between the center and the state. First of all, here it is a union list. Second is state list. Third is the concurrent list. Union list, subject of national importance. So here in the union list, it consists the subjects of the national importance, and only union government has the right to make the law which are under the union list. Which subjects covers under the union list? The union government can make the law, and there are total 97 subjects. 97 subjects are there in the union list. For example, defense, foreign affairs, currency, war and peace, railways, post and telegraph, citizenship, banking. State list, subject of regional importance. Regional means of a particular state, of a particular area. Their subjects are mentioned in the state list, and state government can make the law on that one subjects. Here are 66 subjects which are included in the state list. For example, police, law and order, public health, sanitation, libraries, water supply, agriculture, state roads, taxes, etc. So in these subjects, state has a right to, has the power to make the law on these subjects. Third is the concurrent list. Issues of both national and regional importance. When there are the issues of both national and regional importance lies that are under the concurrent list, and both union and state government can make the law on that one subjects. And here we have 47 subjects. For example, criminal and civil law. जब भी कोई criminal के ऊपर, कोई crime के ऊपर जाके से civil कोई law बनेगा, then both union and central government make the law. Marriage, divorce, education, electricity, newspapers, stamp duties, wildlife, forest, etc. These all covers under the concurrent list. And if in a case of any conflict, देखो यहाँ पर union and state both make the law in the concurrent list. But if in case of any conflict, अगर कभी की प्रॉब्लम होती है between the union and the state, अगर दोनों के देखो डिसीजंस, दोनों के लॉ वेरीज नहीं करते हैं, दोनों के लॉ अगर सेम नहीं है, ठीक है, दोनों के डिसीजन सेम नहीं है यूनियन एंड स्टेट के, देन द यूनियन लॉ विल प्रिवेल. देन जो यूनियन का जो भी डिसीजन होगा वो ही एक्सेप्टेड होगा. इन द केस ऑफ कंकरेंट लिस्ट, इफ देयर इज एनी कन्फ्लिक्ट बिटवीन द यूनियन एंड द स्टेट, द यूनियन लॉ विल प्रिवेल. द यूनियन लॉ विल बी एक्सेप्टेड in the case of concurrent list. So here are the 3 lists in which powers are divided between the center and the state: union list, state list, concurrent list. In the union list we have 97 subjects, state list 66 subjects, in the concurrent list 47 subjects. Next is a union parliament. Our union parliament is called a bicameral legislature. Bi means 2. There are the 2 houses, Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. It is a bicameral legislature. With which type of legislature we have? That is a bicameral. That is of 2 houses, Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Today we talk about I teach about only Lok Sabha. In the next I will tell you about the Rajya Sabha and the powers of both Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha. Lok Sabha is also called the lower house or the house of the people. It is a lower house or the house of the people. House of the people, how we can say that it is a house of the people? Because here members are elected directly by the people of India. Members are elected directly by the people of India by the method of universal adult franchise. Members are elected directly by the universal adult franchise. Universal adult franchise means all the Indian citizens of age 18 and above 18 have the right to vote. जो भी इंडियन सिटीजन हैं जिनकी एज 18 है, अबव द 18 है, दे हैव द राइट टू वोट, दैट इज कॉल्ड द यूनिवर्सल अडल्ट फ्रेंचाइज. And for the election of the Lok Sabha, the country is divided into electoral constituencies. तो हम कंट्री को डिवाइड करते हैं इलेक्टोरल कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज में. कॉन्स्टिट्यूएंसीज मीन्स इलेक्टोरल एरियाज. Our country is divided into various electoral areas for the election of the Lok Sabha. Students, in Punjab we have the 13 seats. We in Punjab our districts are 22, but for the Lok Sabha seats we have 13 seats for the Punjab. And if you remember, last year elections were held for the Lok Sabha, and in that one we have, in our areas we have the seat from the Faridkot. If you remember it, we have the seat for the Lok Sabha that is from the Faridkot. Okay, so in this way the country is divided into various areas for the electoral into the electoral areas for the election of the Lok Sabha. It is actually divided on the basis of the population. Which state have the maximum population, that have the maximum number of seats, like the Uttar Pradesh, and which state have the lowest population, that have the lowest seats in the Lok Sabha, like the Goa, Sikkim, Nagaland, etc. So in this way the country is divided into electoral constituencies for the electoral areas, and each constituency elect one member. तो हर एक constituency से एक member elect होकर जाएगा to the Lok Sabha. Composition, what is the composition of the Lok Sabha? Composition means how many members are there. Then maximum strength, जो maximum strength है, that is the 552 members. Maximum number of members are 552. Out of these, from the states, members come from the states are 530, and from the union territories 20 members, and 2 members are nominated by the president. 2 members को president nominate करेगा from the Anglo-Indian community. अब Anglo-Indian community क्या है? Anglo-Indian community means the Britishers who residing in India from the past. We you know it very well. India was under the British rule, so the Britishers, means whose ancestors are the Britishers and who residing in India, that is called the Anglo-Indian community. So president has right to nominate the 2 members from the Anglo-Indian community. So this is the maximum strength of the Lok Sabha, that is the 552. From states, members come from the states are 530, from the union territories 20, and nominated by president, that is the 2. Term is for how many years Lok Sabha one elected Lok Sabha works, that is for the 5 years. The president can dissolve the Lok Sabha. देखो president can dissolve means उसको time period से पहले ही उसको खत्म कर सकता है. ठीक है, the president can dissolve the Lok Sabha before its term is over. अगर term अभी complete नहीं हुई है, 3 years ही हुए अभी, फिर भी president उसको dissolve कर सकता है. That is there is some circumstances in which president has the power to dissolve the Lok Sabha before its expiry. Next is the qualification. Who can become the member of the Lok Sabha? First of all, a citizen of India. A person must be a citizen of India to become the member of Lok Sabha. At least 25 years of age, तो कम से कम 25 years की एज होनी चाहिए लोक सभा की मेंबरशिप के लिए. और रजिस्टर्ड वोटर, तो उसका वोटर लिस्ट में नेम होना कंपल्सरी है. Who is the presiding officer of the Lok Sabha? That is a speaker. Speaker is the presiding officer of the Lok Sabha. And who is the speaker of the Lok Sabha? Mr. Om Birla. Mr. Om Birla is the current speaker of the Lok Sabha. What is the function of the speaker? Speaker presides over the sessions, conduct discussions, and maintains discipline in the house. There are the various functions of the speaker, in which few are he presides over the session, conduct discussion को discuss करेगा, and maintain discipline को maintain करेगा. And here what is the sessions? Sessions means the meetings of the Lok Sabha. जो लोक सभा की meetings होती है, that is called the sessions. And in 1 year there are 3 sessions held in the Lok Sabha: budget session, monsoon session, winter session. Budget session has between the month of February to May. Monsoon session July to August, and winter session November to December. So these are the sessions, 3 sessions of the Lok Sabha. Now in the Lok Sabha I discussed, that is First of all, it is called the lower house or house of the people. Members elected directly by the Indian citizens whose age is 18 under the universal franchise system. And for the election purposes, country is divided into electoral constituencies. कंपोजिशन क्या है इसका? मैक्सिमम स्ट्रेंथ 552 है. स्टेट से कितने मेंबर आएंगे? 530. यूनियन टेरिटरी से 20 आएंगे और प्रेसिडेंट नॉमिनेट करेगा 2 मेंबर्स. टर्म कितनी है? 5 years. और प्रेसिडेंट के पास पावर है इसको डिसॉल्व करने की बिफोर इस टर्म इज ओवर. क्वालिफिकेशंस क्या चाहिए हमें? अ सिटीजन ऑफ इंडिया, एटलीस्ट 25 years ऑफ एज, अ रजिस्टर्ड वोटर. प्रिसाइडिंग ऑफिसर कौन है? स्पीकर. स्पीकर का वर्क क्या है? टू preside over the session, conduct discussion and maintain the discipline in the house. Sessions are there, 3 sessions: budget session, monsoon session and the winter session. So this is all about today, students. Hope you are studying at your home. Prepare your notes and prepare your notebook. Have a nice day. Goodbye all of you.